You picking up what I'm putting down? Hey, welcome to your soul food for today. Today, we are talking about what to do when your 3D reality keeps testing you. When you're, doing the work, you're holding the vision, you're shifting internally, but it still feels like life keeps throwing you curveballs. Like you're trying to trust the process, but the lack just keeps getting louder and the doubt keeps creeping back in, and your nervous system starts spiraling and you're like, bro, what am I missing? What am I doing wrong? That is exactly what I wanted to talk about today. I want to talk you through what is actually happening in those moments and why it doesn't mean that you're doing anything wrong at all, and how to keep choosing the version of you who already has it, even when nothing around you has changed yet. Because that yet right there that I just said is everything. First of all, I want to say that I'm sorry that you're in such a state to press play on this episode, but I'm not. Because what's actually happening right now is not failure. It is literally the corner right before the finish line. And with that being said, I want to blatantly say that you are actually on the right path when you're feeling the discomfort, the insecurity, the resistance, the stress, the fear, because this is literally evidence that you are transforming. If you weren't transforming, if your reality wasn't shifting, you wouldn't be uncomfortable. We all know that change doesn't happen in the comfort zone. So if you're uncomfortable, good. These are the moments where your identity is truly built. It's not always when it's easy, but it's when the discomfort surfaces and the resistance puts you on defense. Okay, this is your time to shine. Think about it like a basketball game, okay? You're put on defense. This is your time to shine. This is your time to block the old identity from getting a point, okay? This is the opportunity for you to either submit to whatever limiting story or old identity is calling your name, whispering in your ear, or to intentionally choose your vision, your desired reality, your desired identity. And not only are these low moments a sign that you are truly changing for the better and you're stripping away the old identity, the behavioral patterns, the thoughts, the beliefs that are the most familiar to you, but every time you go through these moments that feel like unalignment, your body is trying to show you where the contrast is. This is where your power multiplies, because whatever it is that's resurfacing and making you feel stagnant is literally the work that needs to be done and focused on before you move forward. For example, if you are building a brand or a social media presence in whatever niche, right? You're in your groove. Let's say for a whole week, you've been posting consistently, feeling so good about your strategy, about yourself, about your results, right? You're feeling hopeful and excited because you're gaining so much momentum. You're in your zone of genius and you feel trusted. Everything is going so good, right? But then a couple days go by and the results slow down, or somebody commented on your post projecting their own problems on you, right? Questioning your worth, or you get on your period, whatever it is, right? Makes you spiral. And then you start to second guess yourself a little bit. You doubt yourself a little. However it is that you react to the situation, the common denominator is that you let yourself fall into a crack in the bridge. And I always use this bridge analogy whenever I talk about manifestation. It's like the bridge represents the journey to your manifestation. At the end of the bridge, obviously, is your manifestation in full form. And right now you're either at the very beginning of the bridge, haven't even stepped on it, or you're somewhere in the beginning of the bridge, right? On the bridge. These cracks in the bridge represent whatever is holding you back, whatever is blocking you from receiving your manifestation. So all in all, ultimately, these cracks in the bridge represent your old identity. When you have the level of awareness of your old identity, aka your behavioral patterns, your limiting beliefs, those kinds of things, your unconscious programming, the conditioning, you are able to see those cracks clear as day. You're able to walk around them because you can see clearly, oh, that's a crack. Oh, that's my old identity. Let me walk around the crack and get on with my journey to my manifestation. But when you're experiencing these moments and you react to them, Instead of respond to them as your new identity, as your desired identity, you react from your old identity. You are falling in that crack, creating this stagnancy, creating this, what you're experiencing right now for however long that you've been experiencing it. And not always does something need to happen externally to trigger this. Like, it could just come out of nowhere, like waking up one morning and boom, you feel small, you feel the fear, you feel the pressure, you feel insignificant. Now, in a second, I'm going to explain what's really happening here, but right now you have the choice to see this as some sort of diagnosis that your big dreams are just dreams, they're never meant to be actualized, or you can see this as an opportunity to rewrite the root cause of what feels like stagnancy, a glitch in the quantum field, whatever you want to call it, because get this, lack is the illusion. It is not the truth. Just because what you see in front of you is lack doesn't mean that it is your truth forever. Let that sink in. And also, we live in a physical world. So yes, it actually takes time for your manifestation to come to you in full form, depending on what it is. But it's during that time that is your job to not waver on your belief. This is what I call the identity rubber band. Okay. This is where we snap back into old patterns when nothing in our external reality is changing, where we're not seeing what we want to see, where we scan our reality and see nothing but lack and scarcity. These are the moments where we allow ourselves to doubt or second guess ourselves, and we become double-minded, like, oh, it's happening for me, and then, oh, never mind, guess not. Oh, never mind, guess not doesn't belong in the manifestation process when you're wanting to create your dream life. Because here's the thing, our subconscious minds create 95% of who we are. What we think on a daily basis, how we feel about certain things, what we believe to be true about ourselves and the world around us, and how we expect to get treated, all the things. Our conscious mind is what we actively have control over, and that's what the self-talk rampages and the affirmations and the visualizing is for, to control what information we feed our minds, to rewrite what lives in the subconscious mind. And what lives in the subconscious mind is our old identity. And circle back, I just said our old identity creates 95% of who we are. Boom. Okay, you are only experiencing the discomfort, the fear, the stress, the anxiety, the struggle, the overwhelm, or the defeat because your old identity is creeping back in. It's trying to snap you back into old patterns, aka the identity rubber band. Your subconscious mind, aka your nervous system, aka your body, aka your old identity, is constantly seeking safety in the familiar. And when you start to change, you start to put in the work to be consistent with creating change in your external life and seeing the results, and most importantly, receiving your manifestation in smaller forms, your subconscious freaks the fuck out. AKA your old identity is trying to make you crawl back into the comfort zone and whisper sweet things like, you don't need that big life. You're fine settling here, right? And sometimes we listen. That's what creates that stagnancy. But you, especially after listening to this, hear me loud and clear when I say, moving forward, you are going to be so damn aware of this. You're going to be so damn aware of what's actually happening, and it's going to be 10 times easier for you to shift out of it. When you're feeling double-minded, it is only a sign that your nervous system isn't defaulting to your past identity. That's it. It's not because your dreams aren't meant for you. This doesn't define you. It doesn't define your worthiness, your value, your results, what's possible for you, what you're capable of. This does not mean that you need to back out and go back to what's familiar. No. Now I get it. It is easier said than done to choose your vision when times are tough or when things feel hard. It's easier said than done to choose to keep believing in your goals and your dreams being inevitable for you when right now the bills are piling up and you don't know where the money is going to come from to pay them. And it's been how long since you've seen results? Or that person still hasn't texted you back, or you still haven't gotten that job. Whatever it is, I get it. But here's the thing about manifestation, self-concept, identity work, changing your life for the better, whatever you want to call it. It is not you versus the universe versus the world. It is you versus you. You are the one in control. And when you accept that, that means you also accept that you will finally stop struggling when you decide to anchor into that. When you're experiencing this adversity, like you're seeing the adversity being for you, not to you. Now you're like, okay, Julie, I'm in control, so what the fuck do I do, right? Well, I just blabbed about how your subconscious mind, which is closely intertwined with your nervous system, freaks the fuck out when things start feeling less familiar, aka when it realizes that you're changing, right? What happens is you get sent into fight or flight mode, survival mode, which basically looks like you slipping into unconsciousness and resorting back to your automatic program called life, trying to control things outside of you to make things happen. And when your subconscious mind says, oh no, this isn't familiar, which means it's not safe, right, to your subconscious mind. So let's feel anxiety and overwhelm to signal the body to stop. That's literally what's happening. That translates to your conscious mind, like, oh no, I'm not good enough for this. I'm not smart enough. I'm not capable enough. That is actually what's happening. So there's two things that I want you to implement into your life: nervous system regulation and ladder of believability. So let's start with the latter, literally. You can 111% manifest your big dreams, but that doesn't mean that you need to start there, like exactly at the end goal. What I mean is, when you affirm, I'm a millionaire, or I'm a 7-figure business owner and a public speaker, or insert whatever your big dreams are, how does that truly feel? Does it feel scary? Does it feel nerve-wracking? Do you maybe feel some fear? Maybe you feel like kind of crawling back into your hole, like, no, don't look at me. I was just kidding, right? That means your nervous system is not on board. Simple as that. Your nervous system isn't even close to seeing your big dreams as familiar. So what will you experience more often? Moments like this. Either what you're experiencing now at this very moment or the other day, which brought you here to this episode. AKA you're struggling with trusting the process and the stagnancy, whatever. So with the ladder of believability, start smaller and start with safety as well. So it's safe for me to look into what it takes to become a business owner. It's safe for me to attract and maintain large sums of money. That's it. Start small. Don't gaslight your nervous system into jumping on board immediately, right? Your body needs to feel safe before it can hold the new result. This is how you work with your nervous system instead of against it. Because if you just keep saying, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, I'm a millionaire, you are literally attacking your fucking nervous system. You're making your nervous system freak the fuck out unless you are like doing nervous system regulation every single day to see that as normal, which is the second thing that we're going to talk about. Do both of these things together simultaneously. Okay, every single day you should be applying the ladder of believability and nervous system regulation at the same damn time. Which brings us into nervous system regulation. EFT tapping, simple slow breathing with your eyes closed, or actual breathwork practices, mindfulness meditation, sound bath healing, whatever. Because remember, during the low moments, you can either react by letting your old identity rope you back into old ways, into settling into what's already familiar, or you can choose to respond from the place of your new identity. That's exactly what nervous system regulation is and how I teach it. So imagine every single time that you get triggered by an unwanted circumstance, you chose to regulate instead. You chose to practice some EFT tapping while affirming things like, I'm okay, I'm safe, I'm whole, I'm complete, I trust myself, instead of spiraling over the unwanted circumstances. Imagine that compounded. That is literally you rewriting your identity in real time. That is you returning to yourself, to trusting the process and not letting that 95% that we talked about dictate the outcome of these moments. Belief is your fucking baseline. These opportunities are for you to anchor your new identity even when the proof isn't there yet. These are the micro moments of embodiment where you get to choose the version of you who already has it over and over and over and over. Because there's difference between hoping it works and knowing you're the motherfucking one. So when the doubt creeps in, remember that this is only a sign that you are transforming, and it doesn't define your value, your worth, and results unless you let it. Let this be a part of the process because it literally fucking is. It is not a reason for you to spiral. It is a reason for you to multiply your power. So regulate yourself daily. Apply the ladder of believability so you can work with your nervous system and not against it. And reconnect to your vision as often as you can with conscious creation tools like scripting, rampages, visualizing, whatever you like doing. Getting to choose your new identity again and again is not a failure. It is mastery. I love you so much. And as always, let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. And if you had any powerful aha moments you want to share online, make sure to tag me so I can share the excitement with you. And if you're ready to manifest the things you desire into your life, Manifesting Her Academy is the only membership you will ever need to make that happen. So hit the show notes or the caption below for more information. And if you aren't already, make sure to follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more free content on self-concept and identity-based manifestation, and YouTube for all the juicy conscious creation tools. I love you so much, and I'll see you next time.